Hey guys, welcome to another live stream. Seems we're doing a lot of these nowadays. Why am I getting notifications now? Let me turn the music down. There we go. Go away notifications. Stupid Windows, I hit go live and then it starts popping up all kinds of crap. Anyway, welcome to a new live stream. I've been working on a lot of stuff. Like getting the Ethernet boards out and production done right, and there's been all kinds of issues with that, but I think we're at the end of that now, and, well, I shouldn't talk yet. Let's have people come in, but there's lots of stuff going on, and I don't have time to make videos, so we're doing live streams. So let's wait a little bit for people to come in. Did you prepare the stream? Well, I have this thing, so did I need to prepare more? I did do a little bit more preparation. But last stream was still a success. It turns out you need HTTPS. And well, before the stream we didn't know that. I at least didn't. Oh, Johnny's here. Hey, Johnny. Johnny, you're like the streaming machine or the stream watching machine. I mean, I watch a lot of streams too because I really enjoy the technical people streaming, even if it's just bit loony, frustratingly hacking away for 5 hours at a time. It's awesome, and you're there at all the streams, and I think you're like in more streams, twice or triple the amount I even join. So, I mean, how do you do it? Do you have like this just giant board on the wall like Brian's making, but then in a small form, like where you have all the names of people and it just pops up on your screen when they start streaming? Home Assistant movie about your heating. I might pick up work on that at some point again. I haven't felt like it, so I haven't worked on it really yet. Still really into the LED stuff. I have been working on a DIY cloud backup video, but still having hardware issues, but I think I've worked around that somewhat, so that should be coming soon. And, well, there's more content planned, so hey. The streams is actually the only thing keeping me alive in the COVID isolation, Johnny says. Okay, yeah, I can get that. Sure. Any word on when the pre-assembled QuinLED-Dig-Quad might be available? You mean the analog board? That's never going to be available pre-assembled. Let me move myself slightly. No. Oh no, I didn't turn my LEDs on. No, I forgot. Let me plug them in. Zip. let me put a pattern on. I'll show you guys. But the analog board is never going to be available pre-assembled for the Quad and the Deca. But I am working on a new board, and I've spent several days working on that this week actually. Which will be a new analog board, which is going to be much more suited to be pre-assembled or assembled or whatever the case. Let's put a nice effect on there. Let's do, I don't know, flow. Is flow nice? Sure, flow looks nice. And let's do a different color here. Ooh. Let's do a different color there. There we go. We've got blinking lights in the background. But now I'm buying the chat, so I'm moving it back. So yeah, the Quad and the Deca analog boards were never developed to do any pre-assembled stuff, and I'd like some more improvements over those in a pre-assembled version. So I've been working on that. We talked about it in the last stream. I think I showed it off a little bit. And, well, I put in a lot of work, at least 40-50 hours this week on revising or upgrading that analog board, and I've currently ordered a prototype, and well, we'll see from there. So analog boards pre-assembled, I am working on it, and The idea is to have one out this year, but development of a board that you're going to release like in hundreds or more, that takes months. Part of it is the schematics, and then you have the board layout itself, and then you have to do all the testing, but that is using a prototype. But then you have to start up production, and for production you might have to make certain changes to the board, and like certain chips or other parts that are available in bulk or make sense price-wise. So then you have to do a trial run, or a prototype run actually. Then I have to evaluate that, but there's a lot of shipping involved. And then you do a trial run, and once that is successful and you have had a few people test it outside of your own environment, then you might actually go into production. But we're talking months and months of time. That's why the whole new ecosystem of the Dig-Quad and the Dig-Uno with the custom ESP32s, all that stuff, and we're almost at the end goal here, is that the where did I put it? The Ethernet version? Oh, it's on my other desk. Okay, but that the Ethernet version is almost available. I started that in November, so we're talking 6-7 months easily before that's actually available. So, yeah, analog board's coming. And it's going to be advanced DIY, as I call it, and pre-assemble, if I can make that work. So, yeah. Anyway, let's see what everyone's saying. Kind of a ramble there. Tom Porter's here. Hello, Quindor. Thank God it's Friday. Yeah, that's for sure. Good afternoon, Quindor from QuickTech Solutions LLC. That's a really official name you have there. Home Assistant. Oh, we talked about that one. Oh, what the hell's going on? Donations. Tom Porter. Beer money for Quindo. Well, I don't actually drink alcohol. Don't know if I've ever mentioned that, but I don't like the taste, and you know. But I'll buy some Coke Zero. I mean, thanks. I actually have the vanilla flavor today. Hey, fancy Coke. Whoa. Let's see what's so thanks Tom. That's really appreciated. I mean, that already paid for a part of what we're going to work on today, because I actually bought this mainly to do something with it on stream. I showed it to the girlfriend about half an hour ago. She didn't even know I had this. And she was like, "It's not a direct no. Let's see how it looks on the bench first." I was like, okay, that's a win. I mean, but yeah, I bought it to do this project. So let's see. Mr. Fat says, I need to build the Quinn boards. Have a lot of boards, need to find time. Yeah, I get that. What are some use cases for an analog board? Why would anyone want one of those? Well, if you want to do any kind of permanent lighting, so anything involving white, analog is still very much the way to go. So RGB is fun for colors and accents and non-primary lighting, as I call it. And effects are the same thing. They're fun as an extra, but they're not suited for primary light. Primary light, you need to have white light on my face and on your desk, and you know, in all kinds of places you need white light. And digitally controllable LEDs suck at white light. I mean, they're just the worst. And even RGBW has very mediocre to crappy quality white, even with its dedicated white LED. And this is because of something called CRI, the Color Rendering Index, and that basically describes out of what kind of spectrum the light is built up out of 15 different values. And mostly the cheaper LEDs will be missing R9, which is red. And analog LEDs you can get in all kinds of different CRI values, including very high CRI values, because all the lighting you see here is analog LEDs, except, well, you can just barely see a little point there, those in the background flickering away. So one of the other reasons is these analog LEDs are all running at 120,000 Hertz, so you can use them as film lighting. They have CRI 95, again, so I can use them as film and primary lighting. So there is still a lot of use cases for analog LED control and using PWM dimmers and stuff like that. So, yeah. Let's see what people are saying. Question: I need a driver to PWM a LED strip on the plus side. Messed up wiring. Has to be able to handle 60 amps of 12 volts. Yeah, that doesn't exist. You cannot PWM LEDs on the plus side. They will, well, I was going to say they will explode. I don't actually know if they will explode, but that's not the way to do it. Also, P-channel MOSFETs instead of N-channel MOSFETs. P is the positive channel and N is the negative channel. P-channel MOSFETs are much more expensive, can generally handle much less power, and are much slower. So they aren't very suited in very fast PWMing an LED, where an N-channel MOSFET is. So I'm afraid, Wim, you're going to have to redo that wiring. That's not too much other that you can do. Oh, Sander Knetsch says, building a Dig-Quad right now. Awesome. Hi, Quinder. I've been doing acrylic bespoke house numbers, and someone asked for an LED one last week, so this has come at the right time, says Brandon Thomas. Yeah, so I just got this from Aliexpress, but I think it's just two types of acrylic, really, or maybe they painted this part. It's not metal for sure. It's just plastic. But yeah, we'll see how it looks. First, we're going to turn it on with the default LEDs, because there's LEDs in there. And then we're going to take it apart, and we'll have a look what we can do. Ho, Irataro, Iratato. Okay, I'm going to stop butchering your name. Coke Zero money for Quinder. Yeah, thank you. That's awesome. That's 2,000 huff. I have no idea what a huff is, but thank you anyway. Guten Abend, Germany, says Johnny. Who is German? Because Johnny isn't German. I thought he was like in the Nordics. Anyone know a good car phone charger 12 volts that supports PD 11 volt 2.25 amps? Wow, that's very specific. But most, I think, should be able to handle that, I think. Or at least come close to it. Check out some PD 3.0 chargers, especially if you can find some that have the GaNFOS technology inside. Those should be able to do that. Oh, Jay Ham said good evening from Germany. Oh, Air Cookie's in the house. Good evening. Good evening to you, sir. Ben says, hi, Air Cookie. How are you here? Well, he clicked on the stream just like you guys. Greetings. This would be a perfect to signal disfavor, displeasure to your postman courier, i.e. the house number. Wow, you could do all kinds of cool stuff. Like when he puts the mail in your mailbox, you can play a little animation. Or that's cool. I have this doorbell which is linked to Home Assistant. So when someone presses the doorbell, we could make the sign do like a different pattern or something, or change color, or like go pulsate, or that's cool. Oh man, you can do all kinds of cool stuff. Great, I want such house number sign as well, but I don't have power here. There. Yeah, that's going to be an issue then. Mine just ends up, I have a wall facing where our current number is, facing the garage. And I already put wires there for our doorbell, so I can easily run some more wires out there. But you are going to need some kind of power there. It doesn't have to be much, but I think a power bank wouldn't work because controller and LEDs will use too much power. But yeah, so you will need a power wire. At least, well, depending on which LEDs we're going to use, some 5 volt or 12 volt. Just drive it off a car battery. Yeah, I guess that could work for a while. 18650s? Yeah, sure. Oh, Andy's here. Hey, Andy. Welcome. Hungarian forint. Damn. Okay. Well, thanks. Wattage says, "Hi Quinder, thanks for the help earlier in the week. Love your channel." Oh, I'm glad I don't remember, but I am glad I helped you. I mean, everyone who's not on the Discord, I don't actually know if I have the Discord in the stream description. In the video description. Otherwise, check out QuinLED.info. It'll be on the first page on the top. Join the Discord. It's always fun to hang out there. And if you have LED questions or issues with the boards and stuff like that, we'll try and help you out. Tizer33 says, anyone know how hard I can drive SK6812 in an aluminium channel? Don't want them to burn them up here. They're rated for 90 watts 5 meter. Well, the bag you got them in probably says 90 watts. That's the funny thing. They all say 90 watts. Because this is WS2812, 2815, so 12 volt LED strip. They just put 90 watts on there. They don't know. They don't care. They just name everything 90 watts. So check out the power usage sheet I have on QuinLED.info in the digital addressable LED section. And I think, well, we could just take a quick look at it. That's a fun thing to do. Let me make a new browser. There we go. And then let me select it. There we go. And it's right here. QuinLED.info. Digitally addressable LEDs. And then we go to digital LED power usage sheet. And there we see our 5 volt table. So we can just click on that. Oh, that's a bit much. And SK6812, and we have 300 LEDs that I measured, and I always measure with front, middle, and back injection to not have any power loss. And we can see that on RGB white, which is totally like the worst case situation, we're using 49 watts, so that's about 10 amps. But if you're just using dedicated white, it's 35 watts, and if you're doing any colors and stuff like that, it's more like 21 watts. Looking at the effects, we're also seeing a max of 21 watts. So I generally say design towards the 50% white goal. Although with SK6812, you have that extra white channel. So you might want to take a little bit more in reserve. And then you end up most often like at the 35 watt or something. Maybe 35, 50 watt to calculate towards basically. Yeah, so there's your answer. And if you have that in an aluminium profile, I wouldn't worry about it. That'll last a very long time. Oh, no, I'm not. Be right back. I'm still here. Oh, spammers. Thanks, Andy. Oh, and Andy posted links. Oh, and Johnny did too. Links to the Discord. Excellent. Thank you very much. Yeah, Tech Junkie, those signs are pretty expensive. This one costed me, I think, about 20 bucks. I'll look it up and then I'll share the screen. Hold on. But they are pretty expensive. But then again, it's something you only put on the house once, I think. And then, well, it stays there. So I'm always okay if it's like a permanent fixture project for it to cost a little bit of money. But then again, that's up to everyone to decide on their own. Trying to follow chat a little bit here while also, let's see, can I find it if I search for number? Yes. I think this one. Yep, there we go. Okay, so here's the numbers. You can get them. I got well, obviously, I got the 2. And then you have the 12.5 centimeter, 16, 20, wow, 36. Can't believe I paid 36 for that. Oh, I did. I paid 33 euros for that one. Damn. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, 36 bucks. That's not cheap. But it does look well made, and we'll open it up. And it actually comes with everything you need. Let's take look at that, because I think most people have arrived by now. Because it came with this bag, and we unpacked it before on a Quinn box. Yeah, if you're living in a 3-digit house, you have to pay the triple cost, so that kind of sucks. But let's see what it came with. Not Chinesium prices. No, that's true. So it came with this cable, and that's actually, it feels like pretty decent cable. Let's see if there is a size on there. 0.75 millimeters squared. So that's AWG 18 or something like that. And it came with this printed template, and I think we already compared that on the Quinn box, but I believe it fits, yeah, fits on there perfectly. So you can do the holes to drill and stuff like that, so you can nicely hide the wires, and you know. And then it came with these pegs, and from what I understand, you insert these into the wall and you screw them into the back like so. Yeah, because there is thread on there. So I'm not fully sure how that's going to work when you mount it to your house, because, well, you have to, you know, push this into the hole in the wall, and then I guess you have to twist them somehow to get them on. Not sure yet. Yeah, so, hey. 2 is my favorite digit, Air Cookie says. 10 is my house number, though, so I'd need 2. Bless US people with 4-digit numbers. Yeah, that kind of sucks. But it even came with a little power supply. So let's take a look at that. Oh, it's an outdoor rated power supply even. And it's AC full range, 110 to 260 volts. That's good. And then it does 12 volt, 12 watts. Okay. Waterproof power LED supply. Yep. 12 watts, that's decent. Or, I mean, how many LEDs can be in here? And that's actually one of the first things I want to try, because I'm not going to use this, because I don't need an outdoor power supply, and I have bunches of power supplies lying around. And depending on... oh, is the music too loud, or... Let me turn it down a little bit. Depending on... well, what kind of strip we're going to use, we need a 5 volt or 12 volt power supply. But we'll look at that later. Let's quickly, let me put this back where it came from. Or let's put it over here. Don't want to lose it. And let's hook it up. Let's see what it comes with by default. And I did prepare that a little bit because it's 12 volt. I have a little adapter here. It's you probably can't see that, 12 volt 3 amps, so 36 watts. That's a pretty beefy adapter, but we can just screw it into here and then see how that does. Now this doesn't have ferrules, so it immediately annoys me. I want everything to have wire ferrules. I'm sorry, I can't help it. So let's double this up like so. And I'm going to double it up again, like so. And then this goes into the plus terminal. But now, so we're only going to be running this for like a minute or two. Oh man, see, I'm not good without ferrules. I hate these strandy little cable things. Get in. Okay, I'll double it up too much. Oh no, just add a ferrule. Yeah, but I'm gonna cut these wires off a minute later. I mean, ferrule doesn't cost much, but it's still wasted. Oh yeah, you can get them in half the size. This is the 20 centimeter version. So, get in the... Oh man, this is gonna be jank AF, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Okay, that's in there. Let's do the same to this. Ferrule it already! Yeah, but we're gonna cut off these wires like a second later. Yeah, but if you look on Aliexpress, there's lots of sellers offering these kind of letters and numbers and stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure they can make you a 16A or something like that. Yes. Jank AF completed. Ah, yes, now it looks like the pictures I see online all the time. And then I'm going like, no, did you turn that on? Don't do it. Yes, we'll use ferrules later. Come on. This is just like for a 1-second test. And even if I blow up the adapter and or the LED strip, I don't care in this case. Otherwise, I'd never do this. So, do not ever do this for a permanent installation. Use ferrules. Use ferrules all the time, everywhere. So I'm just going to make sure this is out of the way. There we go. And the letter is on the screen. Did I look at plus and minus? Yes and yes. Okay. Should be good. Cameras are on. Cameras are rolling. Let's hit the power. Oh! Okay. Well, let me turn it over. Okay. It works. Yeah, that's a glowing 2 for sure. And, oh, it's actually decently bright. We're using, let me see, 6.65 watts of power. So we're almost at 666 power, but 6 watts, that's pretty decent. It says just 12 volts, so that's pretty easy. Yeah, cool. I like the effect it has, because that's basically the idea. Because if you look at these little standoffs, they allow you to vary the amount of distance from the wall slightly. But the idea, of course, is that it's relatively close to the wall, so that the effect is visible, like this. And as I said, there's lots of different styles and versions you can get on AliExpress. But I wanted this one because it had a really decent amount of acrylic here. Sorry. So that hopefully when we replace them with addressable LEDs, it'll look nice. Yeah. Okay, let's turn that off. Let's immediately unscrew this crap. Okay, let's never do that again. Okay, so looking at the back, let me know if the audio or camera isn't in order. It looks all good here, but you never know. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screw holes. I guess we'll just unscrew it. If you want smoke, I can recommend BitLooney's Trash livestream. That is for sure. We had smoke yesterday. That was awesome. Should you be able to dim it? Actually, if you'd use an analog dimmer, this is probably just some very random analog LED strip. Yes, then you can dim it. But then, as I said, you need an analog dimmer like we talked about at the beginning of the stream. Okay. Oh, okay. Comes apart pretty easily. Oh, the wire is just, let me see here. Okay, yeah, okay. So it's just a little hole. The wire comes through, and nothing of this is screwed, is glued in. It's screwed, so that's nice. They do have a little edge here, so that's a good design. So the water won't go inside. I'm not sure you can see that. Let me do this on this. Let me do that on this camera. So if you see here, they have this little edge. So that likely will help prevent water from coming in there. That's pretty good. And they have these inserts for the screwable pegs. Yeah, that's pretty good. I have to do my camera focusing trick. There we go. Perfect focus. Let me look at chat. NWO says, I have a 5-digit address. Well, get the smaller version for sure. Tublatronic says, these are neat. Can't say I've come across them on Ali. I haven't either, except for one point they suddenly popped up and was like, those could be nice. And I ordered one, even though they were quite expensive. Actually, well, it's probably because I haven't shown it yet. If you see the glittering here, they have added some kind of, yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, actually, that's not waterproofing. That's just glue. Because it has water. Well, I guess the glue would waterproof, of course. But then it doesn't go everywhere, so I see exposed contacts still. So I don't think the glue was for waterproofing. I think it was just for, you know, making sure it stays in there. Yeah, that's pretty cool. The construction is fairly decent. Now, the question is, this is glued down like up to the bejeebus. How are we going to get it out? And before I said it wasn't metal, but I think it might actually be, because if you look there, it sounds like metal. Cool. Okay, so it might actually also have some heat sinking properties. And they didn't go the cheap route, so they actually routed the LED strip all the way on both sides. That's pretty good. Now we do have to check how much room we have, because this looks like pretty thin LED strip, and most LED strip I have is 10 millimeters wide, but I also do have this. I have several candidates. We'll talk about that now. This is 198 LEDs a meter, and they're WS2812C. So they're a not very well-known variant. They're still quite new, and I'm testing these to maybe start selling them. Not sure yet. But they're 2020 LEDs, so instead of 50-50, they're a lot smaller, and they don't use a lot of power. I have 2 meters of it, and yeah, they're the C variant, but WLED and the QuinLED boards and stuff like that can drive them just like any other WS2812 LED. So we have this. This is 5 volt, and it's fairly spaced together. So I mean, it's 198 per meter. Of course, we also still have this. I bought 2 meters of the 332 LEDs a meter. Damn. But I'm actually thinking that might not be long enough. So let me mock that up real quick. Oh, that's a tight bend. Ew. Okay. Let's see if I can squeeze it in there. Something like this. Ah! It. Okay, I have to get the wire out of the way. Oh no. It's escaping. Let's try and see if that would be long enough. Almost. It would almost be long enough. We're just shy a little bit. So maybe that's not the best candidate, because I only have this little piece of it. And most likely the effect of the 332 LEDs a meter is going to get lost, because you're going to be looking at the reflection on the wall mostly, instead of looking directly at the LEDs. And then this LED strip, it's just hella expensive. So probably not this one. Okay, so let's put that in the no pile. We have some WS2815, as I mentioned before, but that's just 60 LEDs a meter. Oh, Ithami says, With that strip, the effect wouldn't be that good. Better to run 2 strips in parallel having the same effect. So you're basically saying start here and then go outward on both sides. Or I was thinking I could just go round like they did. And then you could also have like effects that go round basically. But yeah, we have some WS2815. But I'd like more LEDs per meter than this, or if possible. And like AirCookie said, we could also do RGBW, because then you'd still keep the white light ability basically. So let's put this one to the side. I have some SK6812 RGBW here, and those are 144 LEDs per meter. Now I'm not sure this strip is okay. I have some that are fully okay. Yes, 60 would be okay for the diffusion and the blend, but the light output might not match. So having more LEDs in there would give you better light output basically, and you don't want it to be too dim, I think. Yeah, but as I said, it's mainly I get that that you won't see the LEDs, but it's more about light output than the effect basically. I mean, the 332 is insane overkill, but maybe let's see how far we get with this 144. Oh wait, no, that's probably not going to work. So let me check something. Yeah, that's going to be too high. So I'm not sure if you can see that. I'm pushing it against the bottom, and you can still see that the strip is longer than the sidewall is. I think the glow will be off if you don't put it on both sides. I want to put it on both sides, but I want the effect to be able to snake around basically. Okay, so this is too thick. But then this is 12 millimeter. I have some regular WS2812B here, 60 LEDs a meter. Let me see how far that sticks out. If I can get it in there. Okay, so we have 10 millimeters of space, right? So this will go flat. And that's important because we have to screw the other one in there. Sure, we can do WS2811 bright, but that will give us a lot less addressable LEDs, which I think would start to show up. So sadly, I kind of personally thought this one, the SK6812 144 LEDs per meter, would be nice, because as AirCookie also said, you'd still have the white channel, but it won't fit. So that's a no. Let me put this back on the spindle. You wouldn't see it snake around. They are pointing at each other. Yeah, but they'd still reflect to the wall. I mean, you'd still see it snake like over the back, not so much on the sides, but that's fine. The acrylic cover must go in too. So you have 8 millimeters, not 10 millimeters, right? That's a good point. Let me check. It does indeed slightly protrude inwards. I'm not sure. I hope you can see that. I think so. Yeah, it does actually fall into it, basically. Okay. Well, this might be a good candidate then. The 198 LEDs a meter. Because this is definitely thinner than standard 10 centimeter strip. Yeah, look at that. We can see both sides. Oh, okay. So I think this is 8 millimeters. But I don't remember how bright these are. I guess we could test that. Let's do a quick test how bright these were. These are just normal 5 volts. So let me get my 5 volt supply. It's already on a Dig-Uno. That's easy. Let's put a random QuinLED on there I have lying here. Yep. Okay, this is auto voltage, so that's easy. Let's see how bright these are. Yeah, it's overkill, but I don't have any thin addressable LED strip other than this. And Philip makes a good point. I don't think it'll fit otherwise. Okay, let's screw that in. If I can find my screwdriver. Oh, yes. Yeah, you need LED strip that's flexible around that bend. Yeah, I'm a bit worried about that. We'll see. Okay, this is all screwed in. This is 5 volts. I should have a adapter plug here somewhere. Is it this one? Yes. Because I don't remember how bright this stuff goes. So let's have a look. Those ferrules have seen better days too. Well, I squished them to go easier into the terminals. Because the current QuinLED versions are, well, I'd say almost perfect to what I want them to be. Except for the current terminals we're using. These terminals have all the required certificates and they can handle lots of amps and stuff like that. But the screw holes, they are a bit tight. So we're looking into that. I actually have a sample I've been looking into over here. But these are much higher, as you can see. So although this type would work for the input terminal, it wouldn't work for the output terminal on the Dig-Uno. So, yeah. But it has our attention. I'm looking at it, and we'll see what it can do. Let me verify this is a 5 volt adapter. 5 volt 10 amps. Okay, sure. Let's turn that on. Okay. It's pretty decent. Let me see what IP it got. My own lighting solution is in front of my screen, so I have to duck sometimes. Okay, let's go to Chrome. There we go, WLED. Do I have a brightness limiter set up? I do not. Oh, it's already... I actually had this ESP on there before. Okay, so let's go full brightness. And now, remember, this is 2 meters of it, and I don't think we're going to need that. This is using 18 watts. Yeah, I'm just going to glue it to the back. I'm not sure I'm going to use additional glue. I don't know, let's do an effect. BPM. It's not super bright. Let's see, I'd often have it on this, for instance. What do you guys think? Niet beveiligd? Yeah, that's right. What do you guys think? Would this be bright enough for in there? This is currently using 15 watts of power, so that's pretty decent, but 2 meters, of course. The original used 6 watts, so we'd probably get about the same illumination, I think. Not sure. Let's see how the white looks on this thing. Okay, white's pretty decent because there's lots of... The LEDs themselves are very tiny. So the RGB effect you see of RGB white, it's pretty minimized, so that's fair. Oh wow, 40 watts. Damn. 40 watts and 2 meters. Okay. Yeah, it's hard to judge. I find it hard to judge too, and I'm looking at it. But it looks about as bright as what was in there, except we didn't look at it without the diffuser. But since it's basically... I think it's basically the only 6 or 8mm LED strip I have. Yeah, most of my LED strip is just 10 centimeters wide, and as we looked at, that's going to be tight if we want to also squish this thing down. So let's not stand still at this too long. Let's go for this time. I mean, I have it, but better as well use it. Right, so let's get this out of the way. I'm gonna unscrew it from the Dig-Uno. Yes, this is a Xiaomi Woe stick. And I found that works very nicely doing these kinds of screw terminals, which I tend up doing a lot. Tend to do a lot. So, it comes in handy on my desk here. It's not great for really torquing something down or undoing or doing big screws. But like these little screw terminals and stuff like that, yeah, that works great. Okay, so next step I think would be ripping this out. But it's glued to the wazubas. Let's hope I can dislodge the wires. The sun is going down, so let me add more light to my disk. There we go. That should do. Oh, wow, they really stuck this down there. Well, I don't mind the LED strip breaking. Holy shit. Heat gun to the rescue? Maybe. Let's see if I can get a hold and then... Oh, okay, yeah, that figures. Okay, let's get a tool. Let's get a tool. Let's pry off this glue. We're probably going to have to be chopping away at it a little bit. So I'm not really... So once this goes in, probably is never going to come out. That's fine. Wow, they really didn't need the extra glue. Yeah, I guess another way you could actually do it is by putting the LED strip on the bottom here instead of on the sides. So, I actually thought about 3D printing the entire number. It could be a great DIY kit, but metal, of course, will look better. Project. Yeah, agree there. Man, this glue down. It's hard to get a grip. There it goes. I seem to have separated the PCB from the glue layer. We'll get it, we'll get it. Yeah, we'll look at the heat gun in a little bit, but I almost have a foothold, and then I think I can rip it out in one piece. Just need to get a hold of this part. What is that made of? Some kind of weird-ass fabric? Ah, there we go. See? There we go. Yeah, it's decent quality, that's for sure. Oh, okay. Let's tug on the other side. Yeah, they the this side of the letters is definitely metal. It's not acrylic, as you can probably see by now. Okay. There it goes. Okay. So this was indeed very thin LED strip, and it's of the squiggly kind. And then they put some really hefty sticky backing on it. Interesting. Okay, cool. Well then, let's see. Do we need to do anything with this to clean it up? It's going to be hard getting all the glue out. Chinese little kid hands. Yeah. Yeah, somebody really put... It's not a non-effort thing to build this, because they really put I guess, decent LED strip in there, and then hot glued everything down, and, you know, I think they can do it in a few minutes, but still. It's a decently made product, that's for sure. I mean, and this shell is... I've been twisting and pulling on it, and it's pretty sturdy. It's, yeah. So this glue is a BITCH. But I'm thinking actually that there's something inside the two. So the white part, we might actually be able to remove that. And then we'd also have more depth. Because then we might be able to use the SK6812 RGBW. Some IPA would help. Does IPA dissolve hot glue? Let me see if I can get the white stuff out. So the complete backing, basically. And dissolves when I try... Ooh, let's not bend it. Okay, that dissolves when I try to bend it out. The white part might be a reflector. Oh, that's a good thing. That's a very good thought you had there. I didn't think of that. I think it is. For sure. It would release the glue. Okay. Really? Hmm. Well, let me see if I can just squeeze it in there now. And if it'll go past the gluey parts, basically. Or maybe it doesn't need to, even. Let me just mock this up real quick. So we do have to remove those standing up pieces of glue, like over here. There's a big piece there. We would have to remove that. I could actually bend them forward. Yeah, nice. I can bend them forward and stick the LEDs behind it. So now they're kind of in place. Cool. Okay. Guest Icicle says, now you jerks have me starting to model up my house address with a divider going down the middle so I can mount strips to the divider and have light shine outway. Wow, okay. Yeah, sorry for the ideas, I guess. Trying not to bend this too tightly. Well, at least we have enough LED strip of this type. I think I can wrangle it in there. Prefer lager to IPA. I bet you do. I think I would too, actually. If I drank it, but yeah. Okay. Right, so yeah, I think we can make this work, and we don't have to spend hours trying to tear out all that hot glue. And then it'll easily fit inside, and once it's nicely glued to the sides, sure. So do we want to replace these cables first? Because it needs to go through a wall. And then probably, you know, another slight end part piece. Interesting. I hadn't actually looked at this LED strip very closely yet, but as you can see here, there is no pads. As in, there is no pads until there's a joint. So you can't easily connect them together like every 6 or 10 centimeters or something like that. Like normal LED strip has pads everywhere, so you can solder them together or power inject or whatever at every point, right? This stuff doesn't. Maybe on the back? I haven't looked. Let me try and peek. Oh yeah. Okay. Let me just tear this. Okay. So they're on the back. So if you wanted to inject or control, put on wires or whatever, you cannot on the front with this version. Probably because there's just no room, unless you interrupt it basically. But you can do so on the back. But let's not look at that right now. So digital LED strip is a lot more forgiving without using an aluminium profile than analog LED strip generally is, because that gets a lot warmer because it's often also higher power. So if you're just running a few effects and 21 watts or something like that, I wouldn't worry about it too much. That's going to live for years and years without burning it out. If, on the other hand, you say, hey, 50% of the time I'm going to be running 100% white, then all 3 LEDs inside that diode would be active, and then it would generate a lot of heat. But if you're just going to run a few effects and stuff like that with digital or addressable LED strip, you don't have to put it in an aluminium profile. Okay, so I think we're still going to use this, but we're going to attach some new wires. So at least I have longer wires. I don't know how long they need to be yet, so I'll just make them a meter or something like that. And, well, as we just saw, it doesn't use too much power, especially when using effects. So I don't think we're going to need power injection, because it's, it's not a very long end. Even though it's 5 volt, these are very efficient LEDs. Okay, let's get some crap out of the way, because we're going to solder. Let's get one of my burnt up pads. I need something to hold it down. Oh look, there's a random adapter here. Just need some weight. There we go. Weight. Do you want... I'll zoom in. I'll zoom you guys in. How's that? Oh, look at that detail. It's amazing. It'll stop wobbling after a little while. Okay. Wire. Let me get my wires. Yes, onderzetters. I've got a bit of wire. Okay, let me cut a part off. I want it slightly longer. Something like that. That should be fine. Okay. So we have wire. It should be long enough. And then let's get some data wire. Oh no. It's You know how you build up your closet and it's way too full, so you stack up everything and it's perfect, but then you have to get that one thing and then it's not perfect anymore. Okay. Let's make that about the same length. Ooh. This wire might actually be a bit thick for on there, but we'll see. Yes, okay. Everyone's saying yes, sounds familiar. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you probably can't see what I'm doing now because I zoomed in the camera. One moment. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Let's get the soldering iron out. Oh, damn it. I hit the bar because I lowered it. The light bar for the desk. Let's put this over here. I need to turn on some switches. Hold on. Okay, that's both soldering stations and the fume extractor. Now I'm not going to bother with lead-free today. I've been experimenting with soldering lead-free. It's been okay, but let's not do it while you guys are watching. Hey, what's going on here? My solder is in a bunch. Okay, whatever. That will be enough. Let's wait for that a little bit. And I'm going to do it the right way because I have this fume extractor, you know, with a pad in the back and stuff like that. So I'm going to turn that on while I'm soldering. And you guys are going to hear it. And it's probably going to make a giant racket, but you know, have to stay healthy. I only have a single 5G shot yet, so can't be too careful. But that's solder wires for professionals. Yes, I am a professional. Stand back. Okay, so looking at the wire. Oh, I have to make sure I'm on the screen. Let's split that. And then using a wire stripper, we're going to take off just a tiny little bit because we just need a small little dot to be able to solder to the LED strip. Like that. Oh, are they going to remove COVID restrictions? Interesting. There's no fire yet. No fire yet. Okay, and let's do the same to the data wire. Oh, let me try and show you. Because you don't want too much, because you only need a tiny little bit to solder to the pad, and everything extra will just get in the way and poke out, you know. Then let's see if our soldering iron is hot, and I'm going to try and not press anything on my keyboard while I do this. Oh. There we go. So I'm going to turn this on, and you guys have to tell me how much noise that makes. I don't have any flux on there, so okay. No, don't touch the plastic. Wow, you guys actually have a better view than I have myself. Come on, come on. That's a thick trace there. Come on. Doesn't want to go. Okay, so a little trick could be to add a little bit of solder, at least to the iron, and then to the pad, because that'll also add some flux, and voila! You are the pro, so you can do it with a blindfold, right? Yeah, I can do it walking backwards while I'm asleep and blindfolded. No, no. I'm not that super great at soldering either. I do a decent job, I'd say, but that's about it. Do we want heat shrink? Yes, I think we do. Let me get some heat shrink. Hold on. Philip asks, do those caps on the strip mean it's not cuttable per one? Oh, let me turn this on. Well, it looks like pads on the back are cuttable by one from the front. Yeah, I think since they don't need a cap per LED, it's likely going to be fine unless you go beyond the rules by too much. Yeah, okay. I'm not sure what I was thinking. This heat shrink will not do. I think you can still cut it per one, except if you make it too long without a cap there, that might start to blink or something. But yeah. Would this be better? Yeah, that's a bit much, right? Let's see, would this work? No, still not wide enough. Well, I know this stuff would work, but that'll cover up that first LED. Yeah, still, I think that's gonna have to be it. We'll see, we'll see. We'll see what we can do. No, I don't advise anyone to do walking and soldering at the same time. That would be insane. Okay. I'm watching my own camera here, because it's so zoomed in. Let's tin the LED, the wires. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's not great. It'll do. Okay, and then the little data wire. There we go. And the pad's already, oh, I could use Captain tape, but that'll still color it. I just have to order the right size transparent, I guess. I'm going to add a little bit of solder on here because it's probably leadless that's on here, but... So let's just mix that up a little bit, make it easier to solder onto. Okay. Let's add this to the strip. There we go. Oh, of course, then I can't put it down anymore. It'll work out. And then we just melt the pad on the strip, like that, and we push it in there. There we go. See, soldering is all about tricks. So if you make sure there's solder on both sides, it becomes very easy because the tin likes to go together. And the fume extractor is on. And then let's overlay it like that. And... Sure, that should do. It's a bit bulky, but it's okay. That should do too. Can never have too much solder. Well, you can if it starts touching. But looking at it, this should be fine, and that looks like decent joints. Yeah, we're just gonna cover up that first LED, and then in WLED we can tell it to not use it. Yeah, that's good. Okay, let's turn on the heat station, the hot air station. And I'm using silicone wires, so I'm not too afraid of melting the wire. Okay, that should do it. You pixel waster, yeah. I wish I need to get the right size. I think it's 8 or 10 millimeter clear, triple to 4 times shrinking, double-walled heat shrink. That's a whole mouthful. But I think we did a decent job. Oh, damn it. I think we did a decent job. Should we test it? I guess we should. Let's wait for it to cool down a little bit. Let me remove this adapter. Oh, you got some silicone gel to waterproof shrink tubes? Yeah, that'll work too. I like having the shrink tube where it's already in there, basically. Okay, let's clean this up a little bit. Where is that QuinLED? It's over here. Let's remove this trash. Why am I stuck? There we go. Oh, right, we have to do the other ends of the wires. Let me zoom out for that. There we go. Okay, so we have a QuinLED. Now on this side of the wire, we are going to be removing about 1 centimeter or so. Like that. Because on this side, we are going to put in ferrules. And I might, you know, make this wire to length later on, although 1 meter long is generally fine. Okay. Yeah, sure, that's a good way to do it too, Chris. I usually use the first LED for Wi-Fi status anyway. Is that an option? Never done that. Okay, I need 2 yellow and 1 orange. Okay. Go. I always like to keep pressure, so when it's in there and I squeeze it down slightly, I push the wire in and then I crimp it. And if you have a perfect crimp, a little bit of the wire, this is actually a little bit too much wire, will poke out at the end. This is actually perfect. And this is slightly too much, but I'll just cut that off and then it's fine. Put it through the metal part. Oh, yeah. You mean the acrylic part? That's actually a good point. Well, we can still do it per wire. So we can do 1. That's a very good point. Damn. I'm glad you said that. Don't think your board will go into the housing. No, it will not. Okay. Well, glad we used long wires. You get to see me do it again. So, yeah, they need to go this way. And let's see if I can actually get these wires through there. Oh, that's tight. That's tight. But it's through there. They're through there. That's very smart, Jaco. Thank you. Didn't think of that. That would have been stupid like half an hour later. Oh no, it got twisted somehow. Let me try and untwist that. Okay. How does that even work? Okay, so now this is straight. Huh. Okay, whatever. I'll leave it like that. I'll put the board on the other side of the wall, so inside. So I just need cables that are long enough. And now this will be able to go on here. And have the wire sticking out of the back. So that's good. But you're right. We shouldn't finish the wires before we actually had them in there, because that would have been impossible. Yeah, I can take the green wire out and do it again, but that twist shouldn't really matter. So now let's finish the cables and test if it still works. I can't imagine why not, but it's good to test anyway. Yeah, I'm not too worried about that little twist. In the end, there's going to be only like a centimeter inside anyway, so that twist doesn't really matter. Yeah, so as I was saying, while crimping, it's better to make it too long than too short, because wire popping out outside of the crimp after being crimped, you can just cut off. Okay, let's put that one on there. For OCD it matters. Okay, these crimps stick. Yep. Some weird deja vu with those wire ferrules. Yeah, sure. Okay, now I need to squish them because of the terminals these have. See, I deal with this myself too. But this is AWG 18, and if you do squish them, they do fit pretty easily. So yeah. LED 1. Okay. Let's put this one back on there, because that one is configured. Where's the strip? It's one giant mess. Okay. We can also take a look at how well it'll propagate through. Let me see if you guys can see that. Nope, you cannot. How well it'll propagate through the acrylic material, basically, like that. Black, black, red, red. Data, antenna. Yeah, should be good. The Krimptang, if you go to QuinLED-Info and scroll down, there is an tools and equipment page, and those are the actual tools and equipment I'm using. So it's in there, including some ferrules and stuff like that. Did I keep that WLED open? Yes, I did. Okay, so this is 50%. This is 100%. And yeah, I forgot who's. I think it was Jacco who said that the white might actually be a reflection layer. I think that's actually true, because sideways it doesn't do too much, but that looks pretty good. Okay, well, LED strip is still working. That was the most important part. Now we have long wires. And, okay, I'm just gonna unscrew it from this QuinLED again. Andy and Philip are jumping on the links. Thanks, guys. Okay, let's remove this, because we don't need it anymore. Operation Solder New Lead has been successful. So, back to this guy. Let me see how that looks. Is it on screen? Yeah, it's pretty good. So let's get the wires on the other side. Okay, I did it on the right side. That's good. And in the end, it'll go on... okay, let me zoom that out a little bit. That's better, right? In the end, it'll go on like this. So we kind of have no choice but to start the LED strip basically right at the edge. I'm starting to understand why they might not have any heat shrink on there. Okay, this twist is irritating me anyway. Maybe you're right. Droid, maybe you're right. Can I still fix it? I think so. Pretty much. Sure. Okay. So when this goes on here, let's see. None of the Aliexpress links are working. Is that just me? Do you have like Pi-hole or some other ad blocker? Then you have to whitelist s.aliexpress because those are affiliate links, and for some reason Pi-hole people don't like affiliate links, although no commercials load from those. They're just, you know, like YouTubers like I use. I guess next thing is just to start gluing it in. I just have to make sure I start gluing it in the right position so that it's right under Pi-hole. Yep. Okay, yeah, that's it. Those block affiliate links for some reason, which is annoying, but because s.aliexpress itself doesn't spread any advertisement. It's just that it's an affiliate link, so it'll give me a little kickback. And if you don't want to do that, that's fine. I mean, that's up to you. But it doesn't cost you anything, so I don't understand why they block it by default. Okay. So if I look at it like this, I have to be careful to just remove the paper and not the glue layer itself, because the glue layer is actually there for two purposes. It acts as glue, so you can stick it down, but it also acts as an electrical insulator. So if you stick it down in something conductive, like metal, it'll insulate it so that it'll still transfer some of the heat, but it won't basically short circuit the LEDs once they're on metal. So the glue layer has two purposes. Well, let me get a bit more wire. Okay. I'm just gonna go for it, and I'm gonna use some of the left behind glue here to basically stick it behind. I'm trying to show you guys, but it's hard. I'll show you the end product. Don't worry about that. I basically want to get it down as much as possible. There. And then I just go round, I think. AdGuard also blocks s.aliexpress, so you need to whitelist it. Damn, okay, well there goes all my affiliate revenue. I mean, don't feel obligated, but it is basically a free income source, because it doesn't cost you guys anything, and it does give me a little bit of cash to spend on projects and LED strips and stuff like that. So far, so good. I'm just gonna continue sticking it in. Now, I'm not sure how tight I want to make this bend. And I do need to make sure it's all stuck down about at the same level, I'd say. Okay, I think that is tight enough. Don't want to risk breaking the LED strip basically. Well, so far this project is pretty easy to do. I really wonder what it's going to look like. I really wonder if I'm going to be allowed to put it on the house. Yeah, that's what I mean, Andy. But still, you're not obligated to do that. But it is appreciated. It's like free income because it doesn't cost anyone anything. I just get a bit of money. And in the end, you're just paying Aliexpress less and you're giving some of that money they would have otherwise gotten and giving it to me. Philip! Damn, you don't have to do that, but thank you. You can also support Quinler with super chats and stickers. Oh, you didn't get the WAF before? Well, I showed it like half an hour before the stream, and her answer was like, I'm not saying no immediately. So that's kind of a win, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Oh, we're at the part I ripped off already. Wait, no, don't remove the insulation. I keep warning you guys not to remove the insulation. Then what do? I remove the insulation. Okay, yeah, I got it. Okay. So now, if you go spotting for my house and this thing is at the front door, well, you'll know you've arrived. And since I do such a great job of hiding my address during all the Quinboxed, it's impossible to figure out where I live. But I don't encourage you coming by uninvited. That's not nice. Okay. Johnny, 50 sec. Don't ask him to buy beer. Also, sex rule. What? You made me say it. Damn it, Johnny! Vondelpark, yeah, that's it. Okay, let's try and make this bend, but not too tight. So far, the glue on this LED strip is pretty good. That wasn't down far enough. I've been thinking about that double idea. I guess I could still make it segments and then reverse them and still have it do the same. Oh, Draadstal says, thanks for the info, Philip. That's a very nice one. Should I give it to Philip? Send him some more free boards, I guess. Sorry, this is just a kind of a tedious little long process here. But it's coming along. Okay. I can make a big, tighter bend there. Really hope this LED strip still works. I think so. But okay, I'm not going to do it too tight in the bend. Oh, inward bend. That's going to be interesting. Oh, it's right on an LED. Should do. Okay, I think that looks pretty good, and it's down far enough in most places. You can see, there it is. It's just stuck in there. Now, it doesn't have the copious amounts of hot glue like the original strip had. But let's turn it on, see what it looks like. Shall we? See if we have any short circuits, stuff like that. So let's plug in these wires again. I'm not even going to bother screwing them down right now. Okay, so we have a QuinLED again. Let's turn it on. Oh, that works. Okay, let me turn down the brightness for on-camera effect. So I'm thinking I might need to segment it so that it indeed goes the same effect but then the opposite way, or maybe I need to segment it on the other side and then reverse it. We'll play with that at the end of the stream, but yeah. Well, it's looking pretty. Let me try Pacifica, for instance. Let's see how that looks. Well, if this is any indication, that'll look awesome. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. No short circuits, this seems to be working. Okay. Yeah, then I guess I'll have to cut the LED strip. I'm gonna cut it at the last possible position. Oh, that is right in front of a cap. Yeah, I'm just gonna cut it. I don't know what else to do. There we go. So let's see if a section now doesn't work anymore, for instance. Hold on. Okay, let's see if it still works. Yep, okay, and last LED still works too. Okay, that's fine. How will you power it? Don't forget to isolate your cut marks. Well, there's nothing to isolate really because it has the glue on the back. Which is the insulation itself. Okay. How will you power it? Using a QuinLED. And just putting the wires through the wall, basically. And then a simple 5-volt adapter. We'll see how much power it uses now that we have the final LED amount cut out. And then I'll use a simple adapter for that. And probably 2-3 amp fuse, something like that. Okay, now we have to thread the wire through. And that heat shrink wasn't the best idea. I mean, normally it's a good idea, but now it's making things a lot harder than they might need to be. But let's see if we can get this closed and looking okay. It doesn't want to go in place because of that heat shrink. Yeah, I'm bending that strip too much. Okay, I'm going to remove the heat shrink. Let me get some snips. And I'm just going to remove the heat shrink. Because I don't think we're... Okay, these snips aren't up to the task. These should be. See if I can rip it off. Nope, it's too strong. It's too strong, Captain. Got the blue wire, yes. Wait, there are no blue wires. Oh, I'm bending that strip so much. hate that. Okay, that should do it. Really? Oh no. Damn it, I cut into the strip. Okay, I hope this is still okay. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Heat shrink gone. Oh, I cut into the strip. Okay, but the wires are slightly further into it. And it's overlapping one LED. So that'll keep it from making contact. So let's see if this now works. It should, in theory. Yes. Okay. Yes. So now we'll be able to close this. Oh, Draadstahl, another 10 euros. Come on, man. What are you doing? I think we need a tool channel on the Discord. Well, now you paid for it. You actually paid for a tool channel. Okay, Andy, Philip, I'll do it. We'll make a tool channel. I'll concede. I don't know what the correct English word is. I'll cave. We'll make a tool channel. I mean, Draadstahl basically paid for it now. And that doesn't mean you guys should keep donating to make channels. I'm not that easy, but I've already been considering this one. So, okay, let's see if it still works. I hope so. No! Damn it. No! Oh god, Brian! Oh god, I wrecked the strip. Why did I do that? There's a single orange LED. Oh no. That's gonna suck so much. Yeah, it's broken. I mean, even pushing on it doesn't work. Okay. Oh. Lots of F. F in the chat. F in the chat. Damn it. But I think it isn't from me cutting it accidentally, but from me bending... Oh, yeah, exactly. From me bending it so much like this. Okay, let me put on a pattern to see if that did anything. Yeah, no. So, the bending has caused the data wire to break inside of the strip, basically. So if I keep it bent like this, it works. But if I bend it like this, the animation stops and it doesn't work anymore. Okay. Well, I think we can pretty easily fix that. We just have to move the data wire back one spot. But we'll have to do it on the back. Yeah, so I ripped it right here. Hello? Camera, focus. Why is it not focusing? Come on. So now my camera's broken. What the hell? Hold on. Yeah, now it focuses. Jesus. So I ripped it. Still not in focus. There we go. I ripped it right there. And that is likely exactly where the data wire is going. So I'm going to desolder the data wire. And I'm going to solder it to the next pad. And that should fix it. Now, I'm not going to cut it off because I'll keep the power wires where they are. Because I think it'll only influence the data wire. Yeah, not much else to do. So let me remove a little bit. Let me turn off the power. Oh, I have to zoom it in more. Nope. Okay, well that happened. You know, that's how things go. This is a project. Can you not just bridge it? That's a fairly decent idea. But this pad is actually different than the other one. It's smaller. I think it's easy. It'll be just as easy to just solder on the data wire, basically. Yeah, but sometimes it still gets data, so I'd rather just move it. Oh, Andy says, RIP strip on the bright side, we can now discuss pliers and cutters for this kind of job. Well, actually, we're just going to use a soldering iron. So... okay, I have to wrangle it so don't kill more. So let me just loosen that. There we go. Cut it while the power is on. That worked so well for others 2 weeks ago. Yeah, let's not. I think you missed Brian Ehlers. No, I didn't. Oh, wait. Didn't I say anything? Sorry, I saw it. Brian, Tool Channel. Oh, yeah. Thank you very much. Okay. Now, let's, I don't know, let's put this on here. And then let's tin that pad. Or, I don't know who missed it, Andy, but it's okay. We can shout out Super Chats again. Now, we're going to burn away some insulation here. We're going to try to. The heat should burn it away at some point. And then we should be able to flow the pad, basically. Let's see. Okay. See, it went through the insulation in the end. Okay, going to... oh, we can untwist the data wire, I guess. Okay. Sorry I'm not showing this in detail, but it's easier to do it this way, real quick. Now let's wait for a few seconds to have it cool down, because those LEDs got pretty hot. I'm going to take a little sip from my Coke Vanilla Zero Sugar. Well, thanks for using my links, Arjen. That's very much appreciated. Let's test it. Yeah, I'm just having it cool down a little bit. And then I'll, like someone suggested, I think it was Draadsto, I'm not sure. I'll put some Kapton tape over the back here. That'll insulate it. Yes, the non-beer beverage. Yeah, well, doing stuff with power applied, I've done it too. Everyone has done it. Like, I'm only going to do this. And then you break everything and, you know, you learn. You live and you learn. Always buy more than you need. Oh, God. Andy doesn't like vanilla Coke. Okay, let's turn it on. Huh. That's interesting. Nothing is happening. The board is on. What is happening here? Cherry Coke's better. Yeah, we have some of that too. Now, I'm pretty sure this is contacting because otherwise it wouldn't stick to the pad. Yes, you can, Josh. Yeah, it has a standard connector and you can connect any kind of antenna you want using a custom pigtail. I am not sure why this is not getting data. Is the wire making contact? Yeah, that should be fine. No, the wires are fine. I mean, otherwise they would do it now. So maybe Philip was right, and that you cannot inject it on every spot. Yeah, you try and find some WS2812C data sheets. I have one, but that is a bit unexpected. Let me desolder that. Well, no, I'm not sure. I haven't used this type of LED strip too much myself, but it would be fairly logical to assume that these are connected to the pads on top, you know, for data and stuff like that. So let me desolder it real quick. And yes, the power is on. Okay, I'll turn the power off. Oh, I did solder it with the wire still on there. Okay, let's do some poke testing. So let's turn it on. Okay, let's try and poke it at this pad. Doesn't do anything. Let's poke it at the front pad while not hitting the others. Okay, so the data signal of the QuinLED is still getting through. So we didn't blow up the level shifter by soldering it or something like that. So if I change the effect and then hold it to this pad. Yeah, see? That is still changing color. Okay, so the QuinLED is fine. Cut the first LED. Solder all from the bottom. What would that change? LEDs only go one wave, so I'm not sure what that would do. I can try and touch more pads. But then there is the insulation, of course. Okay, let me try and touch one of the bridge points, which is over here. That's interesting. Okay, let me get my multimeter out real quick. I'm touching one of the bridge points on the top of the strip, so that should always work. But it's not doing anything, so maybe the rest of the strip just isn't getting power. Let's do a voltage measurement. Okay, it's getting 5.3 volts. So there is power here. Huh. Okay. So let me poke the pads here in the back. Yeah, I can't poke those because the insulation is there. Yeah, but I'm for sure getting power, right? Yes, 5.3 volts. Is there another linking pad? No. It's only linked once. Okay. No, you should be able to inject power anywhere and then just data signal forward, basically. So that's why I don't understand if I touch the data signal. Oh, we can do a continuity measurement. Right, so now it beeps. Oh well, data signal would never continuity test, of course. Okay, sure. Let's continuity test ground. Yeah, so I'm just having it in the QuinLED terminal. What's going on here? This is ground. This is 5 volt. Okay, yeah, okay. It's not... Yeah, okay, that's good. 5 volt. Yeah, ground again. Right, so we can't beep out data because each LED will forward data. Different cable. No, I know the cable's working. We touched the first LED and that worked. So... Okay, we can try and beep out the pads, but those are insulated, so that sucks. Power is off. Yeah, but those would never be connected. Those shouldn't be connected, so we can't beep those. Bridge? Bridge what? Oh, bridge the two pads? Yeah, but then I have to solder it back in the front. That doesn't make any sense. Let's look at the PCB. Okay, I'm just gonna try and touch with the data wire and scratch a little bit away of the insulation. Yeah, bridge wouldn't do it. Maybe I just killed the LED I was soldering to. Or maybe the pads aren't what they seem to be. That is of course possible. So I assumed that the top row would be ground and the bottom row would be positive. We can actually beep that out. So this is positive. In theory. But the insulation makes beeping very hard. Okay. Let's see here. We have ground. And it was going so well too. Why can't I beep those pads? Okay, let's just apply more pressure. So this is positive. Or this is negative. Yeah, I guess that works. And then let's try it from here. So in the QuinLED negative. Nothing. What the? No, okay. Okay, yeah. So, okay, so the pads should all work normally from the bottom, except our data connection didn't. Okay, well, I'm gonna do what you are suggesting, but it doesn't make sense. Or it doesn't explain why it's not working right now. Let me cut part of the LED strip off. Right before the capacitor. There we go. Okay, I should have cut a little bit less of the pad, but this is what we have. Let me desolder this. I shouldn't do that without using my little trusty Yeah, but beeping through the insulation is very hard. I have to apply a lot of pressure to puncture it. So that doesn't really work. Come on, it's not that hard. No, don't reattach. There we go.
Alright. I'll tell you the truth.
Okay, wires are off. Ow. Now, ground was on the top looking at the bottom. Well, yeah, I know, but okay, I need to have enough to work with here. Okay, that's off. That's good. Let's do data first. So I'm going to try and peel off the insulation. That's better than trying to burn it away like we did before, because maybe burning away the insulation made the connected LED too hot, basically. So maybe it just killed the LED. That is possible to do. Okay, I'm not sure it'll show up on camera. Oh, let me zoom in. So I peeled back the insulation, as you can see. So now we shouldn't have to melt it anymore using using the soldering iron. Yeah, this is going to be a bitch to hold on, but we'll see. Yeah, we have an all-new in-depth review of WS28C, 2812C. Okay, I need to get my my fume sucker, because otherwise I'm gonna pay for it later. Nice LED strip holding tool you got there. Oh yeah, for sure. Okay. Well, that required a lot less heat, so that's at least good. Okay, wires, here's wires. Top low power, top too low power. What is too low power? Tidy this up a little bit. There we go. This is going to suck. That'll do. Oh, okay. That's actually pretty good. Okay. And now let's get these irritating wires back on. Okay, that's pretty decent. And this one. Really hope this is going to work. Your strip decided to throw a reverse card at you. You must now inject power and data from the other end. Yeah, I don't think it will work like that, but we'll see. Okay, this in theory is now in place, and the connections they're not great, but at least they're isolated from each other, or not touching. Okay. Yes, I am sure about positive and ground. We can look at the piece we threw away, but I threw it away because it was way too hot and it stuck to my finger. I don't know where it is, but I'm pretty sure. +1 for injecting data from the other end. Yeah, I'm just gonna turn it on. See what happens. So everything's still in the QuinLED. Turn it on. What? What? What's going on? Why is only one LED working? Oh. Wait, are we having a different problem? Let me... Okay, so now all LEDs are working. Ah, this connection isn't too great. What? Why? What's not working about this connection? I don't understand. Well, at least we got them to light up again. And if I hold my hands on it, if I push it down, it works. And now it actually stays working. What's going on? I hate intermittent problems. Not called intermittent technology for nothing. So I think it's the LED strip again. It's a lot more fragile than I was expecting. Yeah, so now only the single LED is working. And if I twist and bend the LED strip around that point... Or... Okay, now it's not doing it anyway. And I'm 100% sure these contacts aren't touching. Yeah, and if I bend the LED strip a certain way, you see now it's working again. And now it's not. Maybe with the soldering, the LEDs themselves are actually coming loose. Or desoldering themselves. Get yourself a decent LED strip, or you will not get a wife acceptancy factor. Yeah, no, yeah, so I'm thinking indeed the LED itself maybe has come slightly loose. So I'm just gonna blast it with some hot air for a few seconds. And that might kill it, but we'll see. I'm just gonna wait for the hot air to warm up, so I can instantly blast it with the hot air. And hopefully that fixes the issue where it seems now this first LED, and that might have been the issue for the other one also, might have slightly lost its solder connection, and thus has become intermittent in working. How to put the original LED strip back in? No! Then I try and find another strip we could fit, but... yeah, I'm just gonna blast it for a little... Well, wait, let me get some flux. Hold on. I'm gonna flux it, and then I'm gonna blast it for... Yeah, how long? That's the question. Oh, where did my needle go? Oh, I guess I can use this. So I'm getting my premium flux here. There we go. Flux it up. Where do I leave this now? Hold on. Well, my hot air gun should be warm by now. So I'm just going to blast it and we'll see. Oh, that's smoking a lot. Yeah, that's the underlayer. Underlayer, okay. Well, that either killed the LED or it soldered it perfectly to the board. I'm hoping for the second. It's slightly misaligned. Well, I'm gonna wait for it to cool down a little bit. That's killed for sure. Yeah, I'm afraid so. But we'll see, we'll see. It wasn't too long, but... And most of the smoke was from the flux. I mean, the flux smokes. That's normal. We'll see, we'll see. Let's wait for it to cool down a little bit. Oh, it's not that hot anymore. Okay. Okay, let's turn it on. Hey! Oh, wait, you can't see. The LED is still working, but when looking at it very closely, it might actually be misaligned slightly now. Let me see if I can still bend it into working. Yeah, okay, we can still bend the LED strip and get it working. So I think we need to do that again. And I need to push it a little bit to realign it on the LED strip. Because I think what's happened is the LED moved when we soldered it before. Hey, you got smoke, that's true. So I have little tweezers here. And I'm going to try and somehow do this. Yeah, it's not perfectly in place anymore. Or I could try and dab it with my soldering iron. What do you guys say? More hot air or dab it with my soldering iron? My soldering iron is way too big. Let me just try and dab it with some hot air. Bend it into working. Okay, let's try and heat that. Hey, we have until we kill the LED, right? Oh no, what? I actually desoldered my wires, but the LED isn't budging. How? Okay, now it does. Okay. No, it's staying on there. It's staying on there. It's better aligned now. But I got it hot enough to desolder my wire, so we'll have to do that again. Yeah, but we've already cut the section and done it again, and ended up with the same result. So, not ready for that yet. What the? How did this get so much solder? Might have ripped off the pads, we'll see. Okay. Come on. Come on. Yeah, that's not really a pad. Okay, let me see if this pad is gone or we can save it. Well, pad seems to be okay. Like, so now you guys see, I also struggle with this kind of stuff. It's not just you guys. Okay, that should be on there. Yep, let's have it cool down a little bit. Oh, Draadstaal! I like this stream. We are learning loads of stuff now. Keep going. And Chris S says, for some helping hands. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I just grab a tool to hold something down. I have helping hands and other jigs and stuff like that, but generally don't use them if I'm honest. Yeah, might have destroyed more LEDs. We're gonna see. Let's wait for a little bit. Is there still people here? There's still some people here. Nice. Hey, this is the real deal. I mean, it doesn't get more real than this. Just like last live stream, right? Let's try power. Why? How, even? It doesn't make sense. And then I bend it like this, and it works. Okay, fine. Sure, okay. Then, in theory, let's move 2 pads down, right? So, we'll cut this off, we'll cut this one off, and then we'll solder it to these pads. No, it doesn't work, I still have to bend it. So I'm gonna cut here, even if it's through an LED. Oh, it is through an LED. That works. This doesn't work. Okay. My scissors are pretty good. I cut through the LED. Wow, okay. Sure. That'll work. Anyway, we have some nice pads now. Right? First, solder the cut. No, I'm gonna put solder on the pads first. I'm not sure what else you mean. And I need to get these wires off. Okay, that's off. Ow, that's hot. Yeah, but I wanted more pad, so we weren't going to use that LED anywhere. Okay, let me tin the pads. Tin the pads. Okay, let's give it a little bit of time to cool down. Guy Roma, I told you we'd be left with half the LEDs by the end. We'll see, we'll see. Okay, I'm just barely tipping it so that it doesn't get too hot. Yeah, I know. I suck at giving up. Or getting another LED strip or something like that. Okay. Those pads are tinned very lightly. Where are my wires? Well, let's do the data wire first. That should be pretty easy. Okay, very lightly touched it. Scrape the pads first. What would I scrape them for? I removed the insulation. It's curled up here. No, it's not the copper. I mean, we see it lighting up. Copper's fine. Although these two have become a bit too thick, so let me cut some new parts there. Where's my... Here's my wire strippers. Hey, I have a drawer full of LED strip. That's not going to be a problem real quick. Well, maybe we'll figure out by the last LED why it isn't working. Oh, that's a good one. We could actually try right now. So let's turn on power. And let me try and carefully... Oh, let me put WLED on a pattern. Pattern. So let's do Pacifica. Okay. And now let me touch those pads and see if it still works. It doesn't. Why? Is the data wire still in there? Power wire? No. No, I'm not doing it in reverse, right? Yeah, no. No, I have the polarity right. Okay. I just wasn't making good contact. So if I push them on there good, it works right now. Right? Okay. So this is working. Okay. Let me pre-tin those wires. I think we're just killing the LED or the solder connections each time by applying too much heat. Okay. Should you not clean that half-cut LED off first? What's it gonna do? It'll be okay. Let me stick this down with another random tool. And try and keep it on there as short as possible. No. Ow, that hurts. Ow. Yeah, this isn't the best way to do this. Oh, come on. Okay, that's good enough for a try. No, the iron is fine. I just don't want to put too much heat into it. Okay. No, the soldering tip isn't on there too long. Except these LEDs might be exceptionally sensitive. Okay. 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 Let's do it. Hallelujah. Yep. Okay. So now that's working. Well, yeah, sure, I'm Dutch and stubborn, but I've also been using this soldering iron for the last 5 years, so I know what it's capable of. Oh, that's a good point. We can indeed roll back the insulation. Okay, turn power off again. Yeah, or maybe not. Okay. Yeah, we might not be able to roll back insulation. I'll put a slight, or a very small piece of Kapton tape on there. That should do fine. Well, yeah, I it's the same soldering iron. I've replaced the heat element once since then, and I've replaced the tip 3 or 4 times. But I just meant that I know what it's capable of. It's a good iron. And it has an 80-watt heater, so that's not the problem. So let's just put a little bit of Kapton on there like that. Not sure that'll show up on camera. Yeah, it does. So that should protect it from shorting out on the case material, basically. Let me move this away. Yeah, no, we have a little bit less LEDs than we had before. But let's get it back in there. try not to wrangle it too much. Oh, that's not too bad. I mean, we have a little bit of a gap now, but the stickiness has become slightly worse, but we can always hot glue it later if needed. So let's try and get the wires in and see how it looks. I guess I should have untwisted that data wire while I was at it, right? We can slightly do it like that. Let me try and do it like this. Yes, tape, finally. Okay, this will close like that. So let's turn it on again. It's an orange too. Wait, let me turn off these lights. Let's do some paletti. That looks pretty good. Yeah, we'll have to do some segmenting because, well, in reality you can now see it doing it like that. But I think with a segment, making 2 segments, we can fix that. That's pretty good. Yeah, so if I up the brightness, it completely washes out on camera. Come to house with orange too. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so it's working. So I really want to screw it back together and then see if it still works. Okay, so let's screw it together. Yeah, no, I can't show it from the front yet. I have to put it together first. Where's my... There it is. Count the LEDs first. If it doesn't break now, it might have been worth the pain. Thanks, Air Cookie. No, I don't count the LEDs now. I'll basically set them to a color. And then I'll set them to a different color with a different amount. And that way you can pretty easily figure out the total amount of LEDs. Okay. Oh, so far so good. Nope, that's not going in straight. Okay, let me check that. Looks to be okay. Let me give each screw a slight torque. Okay. Now, where this is going to hang in my case, there's not going to be any water coming there because it's beneath a cover. If you would have water raining onto it, I guess it could be okay, but you might want to use a water resistant or IP65 LED strip basically. Of course we didn't. This was just, you know, open LED strip. Okay, let's do some demo tests. So I'm gonna not turn the lights off, but I'm going to turn this one down a lot. And I'm going to turn this one down, and I'm going to turn this one down. Let's keep this one there. And we have some light on the face. Power. Whoa. That is pretty nice. Not gonna lie, that's pretty nice. This is, I think, half power. And this is full power. The question now is, when are you changing your wall lights with RGB LEDs, the outside wall lights? I don't think I am. So this is full power. And we're using 8 watts right now. So let's go red. 7 watts. Let me go, oh wow, purple's nice. Blue. And I think because of the diffusion, yeah, white looks pretty white. Because it's, you know, it's the very tiny LEDs. So that already looks a bit better than those bulky 5050s. And, well, there's a lot of diffusion. So you can't really see, I can't even see a single LED. And it's stuck to, oh, I can actually feel it getting warm. Let's not do white too long. White is 18 watts. Cool, okay. Let's give me effects, guys. What effects do we want to see? Okay, so now that it's on the table, I can actually run it full power and it doesn't blow out the camera. Yeah, it's the diffusion that makes it a nice white. RGB white normally really sucks, so... so Pacifica, because it gives it a nice glowing effect. This is noise 3 with the default palette. Let me zoom it out a little bit more. Oh, no. Hold on. Come on. You can focus, you know. Okay, that was a bit too much. Ah, stupid camera. There we go, that should do it. Yeah. Okay. Ordered! Dancing Shadows. Okay, let me find that one. Dancing Shadows. Have any color preference? We can do green. And we're still at full power. Well, that's pretty cool. We can do Fireworks 1D. Oh, wait. Somebody mentioned this already. We still have to set the total amount of LEDs. So let's set it to solid. And let's change the total amount of LEDs to 100. Nothing will happen, that's correct. And now let's set it to red. Okay, so that's about halfway. So now let's set it to 150. Okay, that did more than halfway. So let's set it to 155. I'm still seeing a few green ones. 156. One more, I think. 157. No, one more. One more. Yes. There are 159 LEDs. And that, now, you also saw my little trick to find how many LEDs are connected to a single channel. You basically set it to one color first, and then change the LEDs to below what you think it'll be. And then change it, and keep changing it, and keep changing it, until there's no more of the original color left. Oh, turn off the... Okay, sure. I'll just turn it down. Yeah, no, we're good. I can see it better than you can see it on the camera, but yeah. It really glows. That's cool. Okay, so now we have the correct amount of LEDs. Let's go full power and do the dancing shadows again. Or let's do blends. Aurora. Okay, Aurora is way too dim. Chun Chun. And this is also the effect you'd probably see when looking at it in real life, because you'd look at it from this angle, basically, on the wall. Colorful, color loop, color twinkles. These are now 159. Yeah. Well, I bet they'd sell it for a lot more in this version than the original. Oh, we can do fireworks 1D. That's pretty cool. Fireworks starburst. That's awesome. Okay. I'm debating between the heart project I did and this one. What is the best looking? Because this is pretty awesome. You can do glitter. Glitter doesn't really show up that much. Try saw. Okay. With low intensity. Okay, okay, sure. Where is it? Saw. Okay, saw. And then let's go half intensity and set it to, I don't know, the default orange. It's just, I don't know, it's just flickering a little bit. Is saw supposed to flicker? This is scan. Oh, that's pretty cool. Let me up the brightness to full power. Full power. Okay, we need to do it faster. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Scanner dual. Yeah, okay, that's too fast. I don't know, saw doesn't really... maybe I need to change the spacing. Oh, that's right, okay. Yeah, saw can work if I configure the effect differently. This is Synalon. Strobe Mega. Oh, no, okay. Twinkle Cat. Oh, the washing machine. So, remember inside we basically went this way and then back this way again and then this way? How would we segment that? Because you can see, oh, okay, if I turn down the effect using the washing machine, let me turn it down really low so you can see it on camera. So if you see the washing machine moving, yeah, you'll basically see it do that. Let me get scan. Right? So how would we segment that? If we, because this works, this already looks awesome, but if we wanted effects to go up and down, basically it doesn't do that right now. But if we segment it halfway, yeah, it'd still do that. That needs a WLED update. I'm not going to ask for updates. Oh, this is cool. This is a ripple. And let me change the color palette to halt. No, rainbow. Find the number at the end of the path or reverse. Yeah, we can try segments. Let me go, let me show you guys. There we go. And let's put this over here. So we have 159 LEDs. Okay. We don't have a power limiter. We don't need that. It's sipping power. It's currently using 1.8 watts. Okay, let's segment this. So currently this is 0 to 159. So we could do 80. So if we do it like this, what would that do? And mirror, right? A mirror effect, okay. I can't see my screen, okay. And then we want the same effect. Okay, let's get some color waves. Yeah, not sure that improved it. Oh wait, I need to put both on the same palette. Okay. You need 3 segments. Did you turn on both segments? Yeah. So here's the segments. Maybe I should do reverse direction. No, I should. Oh, René Lebhers says, "Good night beer for Quindor." Thanks, man. That's awesome. Thank you very much. Don't think this will be possible. Don't think you can sync 3 segments where 1 and 3 act as 1. Yeah. More hot air. Yeah, I think that's right. You need 2D mapping, basically. If you want to do it from the top to the bottom, you'd have to 2D map it somehow. I know they're working somewhat on that, at least for panels and stuff like that. But should it be mirrored? Signal, okay. Yeah, and I haven't played with the segments enough. Let me get an effect where it makes sense. I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to play with this, what looks nice. I guess this could work. Okay, now it kind of looks like one effect. Not sure. Scan is a good demo for running mirroring. Yeah, that's true. Scan. Let's do a little bit faster. Okay, let's go back here. I'm not sure about this. Anyway, intensity 0. What? Philip says, got to go to bed, work in the morning. I appreciate you hanging out, Philip, and helping with the moderation. That's always cool. Yeah, so one with the mirroring is enough in this case. Okay, so I have this in reverse direction and mirror. Let's take reverse direction off. Yeah, but it's still... it's not doing a continuous line, basically. Make it look like an analog LED strip. Well, that's easy. So maybe I should mirror this one. Now they're not doing it at the same speed. Yeah, no, what we need is 2D mapping, because we want to map it that it understands what up and down is, basically. But that's not something that's in WLED currently. But that's okay. I mean, I'm just gonna kill the segment. I mean, this already looks pretty good. Wait, did it not kill the segment? I don't know. For some reason, it's stuck doing the mirrored segment. Let me reboot it. No, you're not gonna get it. I agree. I agree, Air Cookie. I mean, it's still gonna look cool doing the effects and stuff like that, but why is it still doing it from the middle now? Okay. Yeah, and stuff like this still looks cool. Cool. It has become sentient. Sometimes it just needs a little reboot. Perhaps it would need 4 segments. Yeah, but that's the problem. If you're going to need that many segments, it's going to be a hell to configure. And in the end, you're never going to get it perfect without 2D mapping, I think. So let me turn this back on. And a little bit of this. There we go. So now you can see me again. Because we are going to move forward to wrapping up this stream. I'm glad we fixed it in the end. So you got to see that even for me, doing LED projects doesn't always turn out perfectly at the first go. I wreck LED strip just like anybody else. You just have to buy more. And, yeah. Lewis is going? Okay. Yeah, it's a 3-hour stream. I think that's pretty long enough. It's no bit loony record. I get that. But, let's do some Pride. That looks pretty cool. Anyway, at some point, if I'm allowed, who knows, I'll attach it to the house. Yeah, 2D mapping outside of matrices is a challenge. No way to know where the pixel is without a camera or manual input. Yeah, I mean, you have the Blinky. Those do it really nice on a Christmas tree. But I'm thinking a lot of development went into that. And Brendan Thomas, good night and thanks. Helped a lot. Get a few cokes on me. That's awesome, man. Thank you very much. Let me also show it on this camera. I'm not sure it's in focus right now, so let's fix that. There we go. So, looking at it like this, I'll hold it in front of my face. Try and angle it correctly. There we go. Railway. Where's Circus? That Circus might look nice. What's that called again? I thought it was Circus. Can't find it anymore. Okay. Well, as you can see in my face, it produces a decent amount of light. Android. Chase. Yeah, that's all pretty nice. Ooh. Okay, colorful is a bit bright. Oh, theater. That's what I'm thinking about. Theater. It's not circus. That's okay. Anyway, let me set it to whatever. Pacifica. There we go. It's pretty nice. And then in the end, it'll be about the glow on the wall. So when I get permission to attach this to the house, I'll for sure share some pictures on the Discord. And I'll also dump it in the WLED Discord so you guys can see it. If you're not on either or both of those Discord servers, make sure to join those. And why did you start to strip from the middle? Why not from the top or the bottom end? That's because... Oh, it flickered. Still working. That's because the wires were... The wire hole was pre-drilled from here. So, not much choice there. Still working? Still working. Okay. Yeah, but all in all, if you're looking for addressable LEDs on your house, in your house number, I think it could be cool. And if you do multiple letters, you could actually do effects that scroll over those multiple letters or numbers. I think that probably be even cooler. I just live at number 2, so you know. And yeah. Yeah, from a WLED standpoint, top would be better. Sure, agreed. But I didn't want to run the cable all the way through there, so this worked out. Oh, you've got a feature request open to basically shift the beginning pixel of segments. Might prioritize that. Well, if we achieved anything, it's that. So, I appreciate each and every one of you guys watching. We had a good time. This was real world toying with LEDs and retrofitting LEDs. It doesn't always go perfect the first time, but if you keep trying, I think it was actually the heat that killed the LED, or maybe one of the solder connections each time. And last time we used a little bit less heat, that seems to have worked. So thank you all very much for sticking around for 3 hours and watching. And as said, join the Discord servers, maybe check out some of the other videos. Definitely, if you are looking for a LED controller, consider the QuinLED boards. You've seen on the stream how easy it is to just screw in some wires and not have to worry about LED voltages, fusing, level shifting, screw terminals. Just screw in the wires and you're done. And you can now even get them with an external antenna, and hopefully starting next week, I guess this will be the secret of the stream. We've had multiple setbacks with the Ethernet version, but I got the report today. Those are now all dealt with. Not so much board design or other, but manufacturing setbacks. But those have now all been dealt with. And we should have a decent supply now. So I think Ethernet will go live next week. But we'll see. So again, thank you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.